Welcome to the Jonty and Mac podcast, episode 1. Mac, how are you?
Not too bad. On the Mac, everyone. How you doing? This is the Jonty and the Mac podcast, episode 1. If you don't know, now you know. Welcome to the conversation.
Mac, tell everybody what it's been like to get this thing off the ground.
Oh, you would not believe. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. It's been a drama. It's been emotional. But you know what? It doesn't matter. We're here now. We put in the effort. We put in the hours. It's a lot more than just talking into a mic and recording it and just uploading it. It's a lot more than that. Okay. But it's been a nice journey. It's been good.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And we're finally here now, John. Episode 1.
Yeah, and listen, what started off for the two of us of just like a regular call on a Friday. We said we were gonna do this, but I didn't think we would really follow through with it. But the pandemic has definitely showed that we're willing to do it. It kind of gave us it stoked the fire. It gave us the energy that we needed to follow through on it,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not gonna lie. I just thought like I was gonna burn out as well. I thought, listen, either I lose interest or that fucker will lose interest, because we both have busy lives, both have full-time jobs and all. Like so, it was. Listen, we made the effort, and here we are now, and it's good to be here. Like, I suppose I'll start by just introducing myself as a co-host of the Jonty and Mac podcast. So I'm the Mac, or Macker was what I'm known locally as. My name's Paul McNevin. So a little bit about me, how we set up the podcast. I know John since we're young. We're both from the same area. He went to a different school in Drimna than I did. He went to the posh one. I went to the real one. So yeah.
I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't now, no, listen. Just a normal world-class area. Drimna, there's nothing special about it. Just went to Moore Road School. I went to the Tech in Crumlin. It's where my family's from Clonard Road is where my grandmother's from. I'm living in Drimna all my life, so my parents are from Drimna as well. What else? Listen, I done my leaving cert. Didn't do great on it. Listen, I'm not a brain box, but I'm not a dumb cunt either. I just wanted to straighten walk. After I finished school, I went straight into the army. I wanted to follow in my footsteps, my grandfather and my uncles and stuff like that. And I just wanted a bit of money in my back pocket and to live a lifestyle of adventure and kicking indoors and killing bad guys. But it wasn't happening. It was nothing like I expected it to be. Good experience though. I met a lot of really interesting people there. I'll probably stay in contact with a lot of them as well. And hopefully I'll bring one or two on board to say hello. It would be great. Some really interesting people. Done a tour to Lebanon 2007, which was really interesting. It was what I wanted. Again, it wasn't anything like I thought it would be, or any of the stories you hear. I fell out with the work routine in the military. It was a bit too mundane for me. I wasn't really progressing anymore, and I said, you know what, I still have a thirst for hunger and a thirst for adventure, and I want to develop myself further and kind of see where my potential could bring me. And that's when I went into college. I got enrolled in a program and master's BA honours in Tralee IT. And it was a really interesting experience living in Kerry for 5 years. Lovely part of the world. John, you've been there as well. You know about it, man. It's absolutely...
I was down there when my wife did her citizenship, and like when people say it's one of the nicest places in Ireland, like you can't argue with it, like, and everyone's so friendly. But it's just the scenery down there is like, if you ever get a chance, go to Macross House, man. It's just a brilliant place.
Yeah. I loved it in Kerry. I just enrolled in the program. I got a bit of support. I worked at McDonald's to kind of fund myself through it. I got a bit of government aid as well, and finished that in 2012. Left 2012, I went into a lot of other jobs and other work experience, the usual bars, restaurants, clubs, doorman, all the usual crap. Didn't get a really good break. Tried my hand at one or two little startup businesses that didn't fall through. I quickly realized, you know, it's not as of how would you say? It's not as money making as they make it out to be. Okay, so I got my break in 2016 with an airport company in Southampton, and ever since then I've been working in the tourism industry, the transport industry, the audit industry, financial industry, and now the medical services industry. So I've quite a bit of varied work experiences behind me back now at this stage. I'm 35, and you know, living in COVID times during the pandemic, it's hard to get home to Ireland, to the motherland. That's where I call my home, yeah. So me and John, we just got Zoom calls, calling home to friends, families, getting pissed online, having a pub quiz, and we just said, listen, why don't we just record this?
Many a funny times we had on them.
Oh, many a great times, man, I've had, and just fell into bed. It's been funny, but that's a little bit about me, guys. I won't go too personal, but yeah, I'm one of the hosts, and if you don't know, now you know. Tell a friend.
Yeah, good stuff, Mac. Yeah, I suppose a little bit about myself. God, born in the Kiln, like probably everybody else on the south side. Grew up, part of it was in Clondalkin, and then when I was really, really small, running around the farmers' fields around there wasn't all the big estates and all where there is now. With great times up there. Those were the days where you'd literally beg your ma to like be like stay out for like one more goal. I don't know if you remember them times, but like
pre-internet.
Yeah, who wanted to be indoors? You know what I mean? Like my ma had one of those tellies that like you had to click it to turn the stations. There was no remotes around. Like so, I didn't want to be indoors. You know, we moved out here. Parents split up, and then I was down in Drimnagh, lived in the flats there. You know, near the garage in Slievemore. Went to school, Drimnagh Castle, primary. Had a great time. Did a lot of sports. Primarily track and field. I loved anything that was fast moving. Went to Drimnagh Castle Secondary, acted the bollocks, and got fucked out. Yeah, you know, look, and it happens, you know what I mean? I ended up in Pleasant Street Foss, and anyone that was being in Pleasant Street Foss back then, with Lar and all, they were great times. And you remember around the back of the park. Yeah, because I had made them mistakes growing up, I did not do me junior or third and me leaving third. I paid for it big time. I mean, I did a lot of crappy jobs and stuff, you know. I was labouring. I said, right, that's it. I'm not doing this crap anymore. I went back, Inchicore College, done me leaving cert, and man, please, I'll tell anyone, stay in school if you can, because with the older you get when you go back, it's very, very tough. And I learned that. From there, I was always sporty wise. I did a lot of different sports. Running was one of my favourites. But cycling was definitely my ultimate, man. Swimming is another big one. Did jiu-jitsu, did a bit of boxing in Donore Avenue. Loved that. Great fun. Met some cool people there. Big shout out to Joe Fagan. He taught me a lot of training there, and I really respect that, you know. Did a lot of jiu-jitsu with some Brazilian guys, and that's where I got brought into the Brazilian culture. And obviously, you know, my wife's Brazilian, so I absolutely love the whole Brazilian culture. It's fantastic. Great women as well, you know. It's seeing them, you know what I mean.
Great country as well.
Great country. Being over there, what can I say? The most hospitable people I've been to, you know. Gargle shy, but you know you can't have everything, you know what I mean. And that's the truth.
It is. In fairness,
got me qualification, leisure management in Inchicore College. Did 2 years there. Really enjoyed it. Started off 50 people. 3 of us ended up working in a gym. It's just the way it goes in that game. Got my personal trainer here at University of Limerick. Did about nearly 10 years working in private, public, and I mean like Guinness's, Dublin City Council, hotels, you name it. I've done it all. I had a pain in the arse with it because my son was growing up, and I was never home. I was working, finishing, coming home at like 11:30, waking up, going to work at 6:30. If anyone's done that job, it's a tough time, and I just wanted to take a break from it. No, I'm not really doing that fancy at the moment. The COVID kicked in. I was off for a bit, then I was back in, then I was off for a bit. While I was off, if anyone doesn't take advantage of the free and cheap education right now, I just did a level 6 diploma with Dublin Business School, and it only cost me like £100, and it's normally nearly like 1,000. And you get to I got a diploma for build a website. I've always wanted to learn how to do that. If you have anything that you're interested in, I advise you now, don't sit at home and just you can get upset and stuff, but try and turn that into an active. Be active. Don't be sitting around. So there is things to do. I suppose I'm back working now, and the podcast. I mean, this has kept me going. I mean, I was in some dark places in my head. I had my stepfather died. You know what I mean? It's just a tough hell time for everyone. If anyone's lost anyone, I honestly, it's a tough hell time for everyone. You can't bring people to funerals, etc. But look, the main thing is now is just going for a swim every weekend. It really sorts my head out, and I haven't been sick in ages because of it, and I love doing it. I don't care. I've been there in December, January, when it's raining. Really don't give a shit. I'll get into that water anytime. It's great for your head, And if anyone hasn't done it, go and do it. If you want to come out with me, I'll go out every Saturday. I cycle out. More than welcome to come with me. Get in, get out, and I guarantee you, you'll feel $1 million after it. Bit of hot tea, throw in a tiny bit of whiskey. If you don't drink, fine, no problem. Throw in a bit of honey. Brilliant.
I'm sorry I can't make it this weekend, John. You keep saying it to me to go out.
No worries, mate. No worries.
Listen,
do a call back.
Yeah, listen, I'll get there eventually. I couldn't get on a flight this weekend. It's just impossible. But anyway, sorry, go on.
Listen, because of the COVID, I can't imagine, mate. I mean, life itself has just stopped. You can't go on a holiday. You can't go see people. I mean, what can you do anymore? I don't know. But look, there's certain things you can do, and going for a swim for me is definitely kept my head in the game, because otherwise you can just fall into yourself. You can be sitting there on a Tuesday like I was many a times watching the snooker at 11 o'clock drinking cans of Guinness. That can easily happen. You know what I mean? I had to snap out of it and go back and do a bit of training. So and look, nothing wrong with having a drink at the weekend. But you just got to look after yourself, because you can the COVID you can fall apart from it if you let it. Don't let it do that to you.
Yeah, like we've stayed busy with this now, and the podcast is finally up and running. We tested a lot of stuff. We've had a few mishaps with sounds and just things looking stupid. We're still not happy with it, but hey, listen, we'll go with this for now.
Of course, yeah. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, absolutely. And the plan now is we have it up and running. We're recording. We're on all the usual platforms, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the YouTube. BizShoot is another thing. John will tell you more about that. So the plan is with the podcast, the schedule of it is we're going to have a main podcast, which is what you're listening to now with the Jonty and the Mac podcast. We're going to do that every bi-weekly. So that's every 2 weeks. We're going to go for maybe about an hour podcast. Just listen, it's just a shy talk, few of the lads having a bit of a crack, and you're more than welcome to fucking join in, like, comment, subscribe. And that's going to be every 2 weeks. So stay tuned. And John, the best special is in between.
Yeah, just Mac touched on the BizShoot. We have a YouTube. We're gonna have a YouTube page, but just remember YouTube. There's so much censorship. We just don't know what they'll censor. Like, we're not going to say anything too much, but Jesus, who knows nowadays? You can be censored for looking at a banana the wrong way, So the BizShoot is there. We're going to throw the same videos up there. So just in case that happens, there's another platform. If anyone wants to check it out, there's a lot of different people on it. It's a good site. With the bet special, right? Two of us love to have an L bet. We've been doing it for, I can't remember. I'm doing it for ages now. All the big events we do them on. But what we've tried to do is to make it inclusive for everybody and a bit of fun. And remember, gamble responsibly. We're not advocating sitting up 4 a.m, doing virtual horses or dogs. I'm not saying I've done that, but I'm not saying I haven't done that.
We fucking know you have.
Just be careful. But what we're
Gamble aware. .ie if you need it.
and getting caught by your wife and getting told to go to bed.
Don't be fucking blaming us.
But anyway, look, right. We're gonna work it out. You've €10 to play with. You've 3 selections. Select any sport you want and add them into your accumulator. And what we'll do is we're going to share. I'm 365, and the max going to be with Paddy Power. Basically, we're gonna test the odds on each one, and then look, we're gonna have a bit of laugh. And whatever you use, take a photo of it, take a screenshot, copy and paste, whatever you want. Just don't put your password in there. You know what I mean? Your user thing.
You know? Rob you blind.
Just be careful, because there's people out there that will act.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just be careful. But
anyway, not us though, not me.
Yeah, no, I'll never do that.
No.
All jokes aside, but yeah, look, you do your 3. We're gonna do ours, and hopefully someone gets a bit of cash. If you win, put it up there and rub it in our noses. It gives us energy to keep going. Makes us want to do it. I want to win. My desire to win is strong, and I also am very jealous of people who win. So it gives me motivation. So yeah,
just share it.
Yeah, so we're gonna have 2 parts to it, and then listen again. Remember, we have an email address. If you want to send us anything, send us how you're feeling good, you're feeling bad. If you want us to read out something, we're more than welcome to. We'll read out anything as long as it's not too mad. All right.
Yeah.
But we will read out just about anything. I will.
We have another platform for that too mad shit. We'll worry
exactly.
About that.
Yeah. We'll work on that later. But you have to pay for that when you will.
With a few characters, shall we say, lined up that we want to bring on, and we'll have a chat and stuff like that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
For the time being, we're just going to take a nice and slow. Just the 2 of us are going to chat about shit, just about stuff, give our views on stuff, give our feelings on stuff, and express ourselves on issues, because we know it's not some stuff out there is just not being talked about, and maybe you just need to hear some things from actual normal fucking people for once and for all. But that's the 2 podcasts, the main podcast and the best special. Both bi-weeklies. We might, if we have time, throw 2 in the 1 week, especially if it's a big event and there's a lot happening around the world. So, like I said before, we're on all the major platforms, Spotify and all the usual. Tell a friend, like, comment, subscribe, and that's it. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, and listen, thanks very much for taking the time to listen to us 2 Egypt babble on. And yeah, we're going to try and make this more interesting. This is episode 1. And the only way is up from now.
Excellent. Guys, thanks for listening. All the best. See you soon. And remember,
thanks everyone for listening.
To this, you are the resistance.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.